Hello and welcome to today's video. Today we're talking about the Wirraway, which is an aircraft that I love so much. It's a World War II Australian aircraft. It's battle rating 1.3, so this aircraft is not very fast. Its wing starts a rip at about 250 miles an hour, which is really not quick at all. So you can't really dive in this thing. And it doesn't turn too well, not because the aircraft can't necessarily turn well, but because when it starts turning it loses too much speed, and then once it's lost its speed, then it struggles to turn. So as long as you have speed still, it'll turn well. The aircraft can also take a big bomb load, as you can see on screen here, and it's actually very effective. On the aircraft there is no armour, so doing head-ons is kind of risky, but because the two machine guns that you have, which are two 7.7s, are mounted in the nose, it is very accurate and very easy to aim the weapons, meaning head-ons aren't too bad if you can hit the pilot. The aircraft also has a rear single 7.7 turret, which I rarely ever get any kills with. I basically forget it's there most of the time, but if somebody is chasing you and you can't turn fight them, you could try with that. You might get a lucky hit on their engine and set them on fire. So let's see what this is like in a battle. So as you can see here, I'm going head-on against an enemy, and we don't kill him, we do damage him. He'll come back later, we kill him in head-on, that knocks our engine out, and then we go for someone else, kill him as well, and then we decide to turn around to go and look for who was behind us, who we shot before, and we take out the guy we injured earlier with a kill there, and then we turn around again and go for a guy who was above us before and knock him out as well. Now, as you can probably tell, this was a very interesting game for me. I didn't really expect it to go quite this well. Obviously, my engine died quite early, I accidentally hit someone with my propeller, but we still did that well. More kills in this game than there was in real life for this vehicle. Let's see what it's like in a close air support role. So as you can see here, we're taking a full bomb load, which is two 500-pound bombs and two 250-pound bombs. I drop all my ordnance on him and get him. Probably didn't need to drop all of my ordnance at once, but we did anyway, just to make sure I could get him and also pull up from that near death. So the last thing to talk about is the history of the aircraft. Now, normally when we talk about vehicles in these videos, they don't actually have much of a history. This one does. So, it was first flown in 1937 and introduced in 1939, and its first introduction to combat was in 1941, used as close air support against the Japanese ground forces, and apparently it was quite successful in this role. On the 6th of January 1942, the Royal Australian Air Force engaged the Japanese in air-to-air combat for the first time using Wirraways, but not much really came of it. 2 weeks later, Wirraways tried to intercept Japanese bombers that had a fighter escort, and of the 8 aircraft that tried to intercept, only 2 made it back without serious damage or having been shot down. And then on the 12th of December 1942, a Wirraway actually got a kill. It dove down on a Key 43 and shot it down. Quite impressive really, because that means that it has more kills than a Boomerang, which is the fighter variant of this aircraft. And after this, the Wirraway was mostly replaced by the Boomerang on the front lines for air-to-air roles. However, the Wirraway was still in service, and mostly did support roles, such as recon artillery spotting, but did sometimes do some close air support as well. And after the war, the plane was used as a trainer aircraft, all the way up to 1957, in which the Wirraway was replaced by the Vampire, which to me seems like an absolutely hilarious idea. The idea you put Wirraway pilots into a Vampire. It's a bit of a step up. So, where do we put it on the leaderboard? I'm going to put it first. There's only the Firecrest on here, and the Firecrest takes ages to grind and then ends up being a similar performance. So, I think it deserves to be at the top, as it is a battle rating 1.3 aircraft that's very useful. You can up-turret lots in ground and still be effective because of the bomb load it can take. So thanks for watching, I'll see you guys next time with whatever the video may be. Goodbye.